This is the best of Samsung, the brand new Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. I've spent a little bit of time with the device and here are my first impressions. First, the design is both old and new. Old because the Note 20 Ultra is typical Samsung, curved glass on the front and rear and a shiny metal chassis. What's new? The Note 20 Ultra sports a boxier design than before, which I really like. The phone looks and feels solid and subtle. Also, this might be the first device to ship with a brand new Gorilla Glass Victus on the front and rear, even though some of Samsung's marketing materials calls it Gorilla Glass 7. Either way, that means that the glass on the front and rear can survive drops from up to 2 meters and it has twice the scratch resistance of Gorilla Glass 6 or 4 times the resistance of competing glass. In addition to this, we finally have matte glass finish, at least on this Mystic Bronze color option, which may look like pink in some of the shots due to different lighting. I have to tell you that the device looks and feels really nice, and I definitely appreciate Samsung's decision to go with a non-glossy glass finish. If you think that bronze is too fancy for you, there is also a classic black, which sports glossy glass finish for some reason, so be ready to deal with everyday smudge fest. I really wish Samsung made a matte black version or more color options with matte finish. As you may expect from Samsung, the build quality is just top-notch. Even though I have no complaints about the S20 Ultra, the IP68 certified Note series device feels more premium in the hand. In terms of size, both phones are pretty similar, but the Note is slightly wider. On the other hand, the Note 20 Ultra is slightly shorter and slimmer. Here is how the Note looks next to the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Apple's device is significantly shorter, but it has a smaller display. For a more detailed comparison, please check out a dedicated video. Finally, this is the Note 20 Ultra versus the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II. Samsung's phone is very similar in terms of height, but it is noticeably wider. When it comes to optics, Samsung added quite a few megapixels in comparison to the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. Now we have a 108-megapixel shooter at the core that is coupled with a wide-angle and telephoto camera that can now provide up to 5 times optical and up to 50 times digital zoom. There is also a laser AF sensor that should contribute to one of the fastest and most accurate autofocus systems. I can't wait to test this compelling camera setup in my full review. Subscribe for that if you haven't already. Samsung now puts more emphasis on the video side of things by upgrading the Pro Video mode. For instance, you can now record 21:9 aspect ratio 8K videos at 24 frames per second. Of course, the usual 16:9 mode is still here. You can also control the speed of zoom while you are recording the video that allows you to capture more dynamic footage. One of my favorite features, the ability to use the brand new Galaxy Buds Live as the Bluetooth microphone to record high-quality audio. Now the signature feature of the Note, the S Pen. As usual, it is more accurate, sensitive, and better than before. There are also new gestures that allow you to go back, open up recent apps, go home, start screen right feature by shaking the S Pen, and so on and so forth. I wouldn't say I plan on using all of these new features, but it's always nice to have options and see the S Pen functionality improve over the years. Samsung also introduced Live Sync, meaning that as soon as you write a note, it is saved and synced automatically across the devices like a phone, a tablet, and a laptop. Samsung is working really hard to polish their ecosystem so many different devices can work seamlessly. Improved text correction is also here, and you can also convert files easier. All of the classic S Pen features are still here. If you like handwriting, doodling, painting, coloring, and so on, the Note series devices have always been the best in this department. As a solo video creator, my favorite feature still remains the ability to control the camera remotely, as it saves a ton of time while recording the videos. The display is probably the best you can get on any phone with the usual Samsung's characteristics: the blacks, incredible sharpness, a lot of brightness, and great contrast. It is a slightly larger panel compared to the Note 10 Plus, and it sports the same VQHD Plus resolution. 120Hz refresh ratio still only works in full HD Plus mode, but it now adapts to the content shown on the screen. For instance, if you're reading the news, it'll use only 10Hz refresh ratio to save battery. I will check if it's actually useful for power management in my full review. Speaking of power, the Note 20 Ultra now ships with a slightly larger 4500 mAh unit with a fast 25 watts wired and 15 watts wireless charging. The rest of the phone is typical Samsung, bleeding-edge specifications with a Exynos 990 or a Snapdragon 865 Plus chipset at the core, a ridiculous amount of RAM and storage plus micro SD card slot. Just like all of the Samsung's flagships, the Note 20 Ultra feels fast and smooth, and it runs on Android 10 with a One UI 2.5 built on top of it. I'll update the video description with the pricing and availability, but expect this device to cost about 1300 euros, which definitely makes the Note 20 Ultra one of the most expensive devices out there. So that is my short hands-on video with the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. My first impressions are that this device shapes up to be one of the best phones of 2020 yet, thanks to top-of-the-line hardware, premium design, probably the best display, powerful cameras, and all the bells and whistles that come with the S Pen. My main concern is the battery, as it is relatively small considering a massive 6.9 inches display, but we'll see if that's the problem in my detailed review. I also can't wait to test all of the S Pen features, the camera, compare it with other phones, and go through all of the features including pros and cons in my full review, so you can decide if the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra is the right phone for you, or you should go with a Galaxy S20 series device or another flagship. What do you think about the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra? Would you buy this phone or would you choose another option? As always, like the video if you liked it, drop me a comment down below if you have any questions, follow me on social media, and as always, it was Linus, thank you for watching and see you soon.